Okay, hi. This video is going to show how to make sure that all of the content is within the margins of the page so that it all looks uniform and it all looks the same and nothing is too far in or too far outside the margins. So in order to do that, we need to know where the margins are. So the margins are around here. So if you just imagine lines going around like that, but it might be hard for some people. It's hard for me. So what I find helpful is to turn the margins on so we can actually see what we are doing, where we're working. So go to File, click on Settings, and then Show Margins. And then instead of imagining the line, we have this dotted line that shows up. And then we know this is the space that we need to work with it. Nothing can be outside of this. Once we have the margins, we need to work on spacing the content in the margins. So let's work on the spacing. What I like to do is put the first item where I want it to be, like at the top. So I'll put it here and I'll bring it right over to the margin. Then from there, I can click and drag on all of the things. Click the three dots. If you go down here, you'll see align elements. Align them left, and it brings it all over to the margins. But now we have this big space at the top, and this is where I want the bottom one to be. Yes, that's, oh, actually, that one's too far up. Let's move it down. Let's move it to about here. Make sure this is all, oh, sorry. Make sure they're all aligned. They are. Now I've got this one at the top, but there's a big space here. I think I want to bring this one down just a little bit more. So I have the top one and the bottom one where I want them on the page, and then I need to work on the spacing for these. So just click and drag all of these, click on the three dots, align elements, space evenly, and then you can space them vertically. Did that work? Space evenly vertically, yeah. Okay, and then you can tidy them up. Control Z, we want them all like that. Then we can move this one here, space it out, space this one out, and then do the exact same thing. Click, cover them all, click and drag to cover them all, click on the three dots, align elements. This time we want to align them on the right. And then space evenly. Again, we're spacing them vertically. And it all matches up and it's all aligned. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the elements the same size. This one hasn't been set up, but that's for another time. If you look here, if you click and drag, you can see that the star is bigger than this asterisk. Let me just zoom in more to make it easier to see. Okay, so we want to make sure that they are the same size. What we're going to do is decide on the size we want. Let's say this star size is the size that we want. So one way to make sure that the elements are the same size, super easy. Control C for copy and then Control V for pasting it. But we can't do that here because these are two different symbols. So what I would do in this case is just take the smaller one and drag it over the size that we want. As I'm dragging, you'll see these purple lines pop up. So this line means this top dotted line means that the two images are lined up at the top line. So bring it over until you get the top line and then the side line. That means it's lined up in this corner here. So this line are the same. And if I see, you can see they're lined up in the corner. Now you're going to click this bottom right circle and drag. And it's a little bit harder to see, but you'll start seeing the dotted lines show up. And now these are the same size. Sorry, not quite. This one is not quite as square. So you just need to drag that. Make sure the dotted lines line perfect. Now we can see that they're the same, and we know they're the same because we see these 3 dotted lines at the top of the star, the middle, and the bottom. This means that these 2 shapes are the exact same, are lined up exactly the same on the page. This long dotted line that you see going down means that this shape is now lined up with one of these shapes below. So so it's lined up with the edge of this star below it. Now, again, let's make our own spacing. Let's say we want to put this here and we want to put this one here. From here, we want to make sure that all of the elements are the same size as these 2. So just repeat the steps. Some of them are grouped like this. So if I move this star, it moves it. So ungroup it. And again, you'll see this heart is not the same size as this star. And this star is not the same size as this one. So again, let's move this first star, line it up with this star. Well, these were almost exactly the same size. And we are going to drag this one down, and we're going to put it where we want. Say we want them more on the margins, though. Just repeat the steps with all of the elements. I know it's a little bit repetitive. Here we go. Make sure it's lined up. This heart is, here we go. Yeah. Now we can move. Oh, I ended up moving the star instead of the heart. But again, you'll see these are the same size. And again, ungroup these. Bring this one up to the, oh, sorry. Oh, this one's locked, so unlock it. That's why it was giving me trouble. Bring this up to the star so that we can make sure it's the same size. It's not quite the same size because it's not quite the square, but we can't actually move that size. And we'll put that here. And we'll repeat the same thing with the sun and the moon. Lock it and line these up. All right, now we have all of this space to work with. So let's say I want the top one here, but move it over to the margin. And then this one, I want it down a little bit more. Sure, that gives the students lots of room to work with. So again, click your mouse and drag over the elements. Not right click. You're going to click the 3 dots that show up down here. Align elements left. Then we're going to put this one here. I want it here. That one should be there. And again, click and hold and drag. Click the 3 dots. This one we're going to align elements right. So we had to move the heart over. Now I want to, I want to space these out. So I'm going to click the 3 dots, space evenly vertically. You'll see this star moved a little bit. It was almost perfectly spaced out. And we're going to do the same thing for this side. Click the 3 dots and space evenly. Vertically, the heart moved a little bit. And that is how we make sure everything is the same size and lined up perfectly where we want it to be. Okay, so in this last part of the video, I'm going to try and keep it short. I know this video is kind of dragging on. I'm going to show you how we can make sure the sizes are the same for things that like this, like the number 1. I think these are all the same size. It looks quite lined up. Yeah. So let's go to the number 4, for example. So here we can see that the 4s are not spaced out in the margins. So let's just delete these 2 extra 4s. Now, we're going to have 3 of these 4s look exactly the same. So first we want to space it within the margin. If we want it the same size as this 4, it looks about the same size. We can set it up like that, just like in the previous clip I showed. And then because the rest of the 4s on this page are going to look exactly the same as this, we can Control D to duplicate it. So I know they're exactly the same. And then Control D again, and they're exactly the same. Now these aren't lined up perfectly. So again, put the top and the bottom where you would like them to be on the page. Click your mouse, hold down and drag over. Click on these 3 dots over here, align elements left, and then space evenly vertically. And that now they're all set up. They're all within the margins. They're all the same size because we duplicated them and they are spaced out. Now, if we want to space them with this 4, super easy. This one we're going to align right because this colored 4 is a little bit over. Actually, we can align it left, align it right. It's up like that. And then the 4s are all in line. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, can ask me and I'm more than happy to help you.